And when the time came after the Witten game and Twinney obviously left, what was kind of your first thought when you were asked to take charge on a temporary basis with a squad where you had literally 12 fit players?
Yeah, well, obviously disappointed. Came to that with Twinney. He trusted me on the coaching staff, and it's something I never wanted to happen. It's a job I never implied on having or taking, and it just fell in my lap. Obviously, needed someone to take over temporarily, and I was next in the chain of command to do that. So, like anything, got to be professional, got to step up, and I've got to do the best for the club. And yeah, we had Lancaster Tuesday night with 12 fit players. So, I mean, I was dealt the hand I was given, and in some aspects it was a positive because we all had to muck in and we all had to chip in together. There was nowhere to hide, and we were 1-0 down, and Jeff got sent off at 1-0, and you're thinking this could be the end of me reign early doors, and we ended up going 2-1 up and ultimately drew 2-2, and I think it just gave us a little bit of belief. We've been 1-0 down with 10 men, and then we've gone on to be winning the game, and then we ended up coming with a draw, and that set us up for the Saturday against Lancaster again, who we played on the Tuesday, and we beat them 4-1 in the FA Cup, and from there kind of snowballed and the momentum gathered, and we always knew we had a good team. It was just finding the right solution to get the team playing well, and that's what ended up happening.
Just basics. Got to strip really back to basics. 4-3-3, everyone knows how to play that. Everyone knew the roles and responsibilities in the team. And he kind of left it, not taking anything away from Lynchy, but he kind of left it up to the experienced lads on the pitch to really take control of it, and tell with the way we wanted to play, and if it wasn't on, go and play in the final third, go and play in their half and entertain yourselves. But if it's on to play, and if it's not on to play, we'll get up the pitch and we'll try and play in their half. That's basically as simple as that, really. And
I think we went from we were toying with like 3-5-2, 4-3-3, and when you look at it at the time you don't really see it, but I think when you look at it now, the 3-5-2 I don't think suited with at all, and then obviously things happened, and then Lynchy came in and he just went back to the 4-3-3 and just like simplified it. But lads were playing probably in their best positions, and I think lads found form, and then it just kicked on from there.
So when you did come back into the side, it was near enough at the time when Lynchy took over. Must have been a strange time for you because we don't kind of swap managers very often here, and you guys were thin on the ground, and you were charged with getting our season back on track.
Yeah, it was a midweek game. I think we went down to 10 men, and then we got back into it. I think scored, make it 1-1, and we could have probably won the game. End up drawing 2-2, but that kind of turned the season around that night because we're, like you say, we're down to the bare bones, and then that was the start of a run. And
you scored 6 and 7 straight after that. Did you feel like you were, as players, were almost stepping up and taking was there feeling in the camp you were taking responsibility for, I don't know, what had happened before? Is there a little bit of that? Or?
I can only speak on my behalf, but it was just pure frustration for me. Obviously frustrated not to be playing. You always want to prove a point, but you know, regardless of what's gone on previous, you always want to do well for yourself. That's where I think. So we let ourselves down for sort of 10 games a season or whatever it was, so yeah, we all had to prove 1 point.
What changed, considering you had the same group of players, essentially the same coaching staff?
Yeah, well, I had to go back and I had to look at what we've been doing, what we were changing, and ultimately change formation, change personnel, change players in positions, and that kind of clicked, and we went on from strength to strength in that aspect. Just try and look. Even though I'd been here before, you've got to try and do something to change it. There's no point me doing the same what wasn't working. I had to change it, and as I said, I'd been dealt a hand with the amount of players we had, and I'd got to put them into a system that I believe in and I liked, and ultimately it paid off.
On an 18-game unbeaten run now, are you literally just kind of riding off every victory, and like this was a time of events where we were winning in the FA Trophy on penalties like every other week, yeah. And that's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. Obviously winning any game is a good feeling, and you just once you win that game, you just look to the next, and you just want to be out there again, especially out there at home, because you fancy yourself against anyone on that pitch and the way we want to play football and the lads we had in the change room. So, like you say, it was an 18 unbeaten run. It's some achievement, to be fair, especially when, like you say, we didn't win the first 7. So it is a great achievement, and like you say, you win one and then you go, oh, we're 5 or 6 unbeaten now, and you just keep knocking them off and you keep knocking them off. So it's an absolutely unbelievable run this season, and you just credit to Lynchy coming in and making the job his own and making that team his own team, you know. Yeah.